Today's tutorial is going to review how to complete an assignment in Teams on an iPad in PowerPoint to save it and return it to the teacher. So as you can see, I am starting in my team and I'm going to open my assignment with the attached document. So after reviewing the instructions, I know that I need to open the PowerPoint lesson, listen to the presentation, answer the questions in the white boxes, and then send it back. So I will open up the PowerPoint. It may take a couple minutes to download based on your internet, but once it opens, we'll be able to edit and save to our OneDrive. One of the reasons we want to make sure we save to the OneDrive as soon as we open is because iPads do not have built-in file saving mechanisms like computers do. So we need to connect with our OneDrive to save the document, and then we only have to do that once per document. Once I save it to my OneDrive, any work that I do will get saved automatically, and that's really what we want so we don't lose anything. It's always a bad situation when we have to redo our work. So now that my document is open, I can see all the slides, but I can't interact with anything. It's just in a view-only mode. So what I want to do is in the upper right-hand corner, there is a rectangle, or a square rather, with a pencil. And I'm going to click that to edit. And when it does that on the iPad, it's going to open up our PowerPoint app so that we have all the editing features and then are able to save this document to our OneDrive. So you'll notice that it's downloading this again so that I can open it up in that PowerPoint app to make it interactive. Once it opens all the way, I can see my PowerPoint and I want to save it immediately. So next to the back arrow, there's a little file icon, and I can see that Autosave is on, but I have not saved it to my OneDrive yet, so I need to do that. So I'm going to save a copy, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in my OneDrive. So, you know, whether your folders are based on your subject or your teachers, however you have it, that is up to you. But I'm going to make sure that it's in a folder that makes sense and that I remember where I'm saving it for later, because I'm going to need to know where it is to upload it to my team's assignment. So I'm going to keep the title as much the same as possible, but I might just add my last name at the end. Teams will not let you upload a file with the same name that's already there. So I have to change a little bit. I just need to make sure that the title makes sense to my teacher and she's going to know what this file is. So I kept elements of drama, and then I just added my name at the end, and then I'm going to hit save in the upper right-hand corner. So it's working on saving it, and I know it's saved because when I look at the top of the screen, it now has the new title there with my name on it. It's no longer my teacher's title, so I know in fact it did save, and now it's going to save automatically. I don't have to save it again. Okay, so now I'm ready to get to work. So the first part of the directions was to go through the PowerPoint and listen to the narrations. Right now, I'm in editing mode in PowerPoint, so I can click this icon, but it stays gray, it gets selected. There's not a whole lot we can do with it besides move it, but a little message does pop up and it says launch slideshow to play this audio. So what I need to do is in the upper right-hand corner, underneath my battery icon is a little sideways triangle, and that's our play button. So I'm going to hit that play button and it's going to open up the PowerPoint in slideshow mode. And now what I can do is tap on that speaker icon again, but now I have some options. Now I have an option to hit play, and I can make it louder or softer. So you get the gist. Once you hit play, you can listen and move on to the next slide. Now you'll notice because I'm in slideshow mode, I'm in presentation mode, if I tap on this white box at the bottom, it's not going to let me type because we are in presentation mode. We are not in editing mode. So I can listen and then go on to the next slide if I want. Again, selecting the speaker and hitting play. Or, if it's easier for me to remember these facts, I can simply hit the X to leave presentation mode, stay in this first slide, and now I'm going to edit and answer that question. So to answer, I'm going to tap on the box. Now you'll get some options when you tap on that box. Cut, copy, paste, new comment, duplicate, delete, copy format, or edit text. And edit text is the one that we are going to use to make sure that we can put our answer in the text box. Once I have edit text selected, I can now start typing my answer to the question based on the narration that was provided for me. Okay, so once I have that question done, it will autosave in the document to my OneDrive, and I can always double check to make sure that autosave option is on. As long as it's on, it is going to autosave for you. Okay, so moving on, you're going to repeat the steps for every slide. So again, if I go to the next slide, I can hit the play button in the upper right hand corner, that sideways triangle underneath the battery. I can click the speaker and hit play.
When reading a play, you may see an organization.
And then when I'm done, I can either move on to the next slide, or if I tap in that black bar at the top, I'll get the option to X out, go back to editing mode, tap on the text box, choose edit text, and again I can start typing my answer. Okay, so those steps are going to help you not only hear the narration, answer the questions, but also to save this document. So when I'm done with my assignment, I want to go back to Teams. The nice thing about Teams is when I opened up this PowerPoint, Teams and the back button stayed at the top. So I'm going to click the back arrow and Teams, and it's going to bump me back to that assignment. So I'm going to X out this PowerPoint, but now I need to add my work in. Now, as we know, if you're on a laptop, you don't have to do this step because it saves automatically. But again, because iPads don't have a file saving mechanism, we have to do this extra step on an iPad, but it's very simple. I'm going to click the plus add work below the PowerPoint presentations that my teacher provided. When that pops up, it's going to ask me where I want to get my file from. So I have OneDrive already selected, and this is where I need to remember where I saved this file. So I know that I saved it in a spot that I would remember, and there it is. There's my PowerPoint, Elements of Drama. So I'm going to select and hit the purple attach button at the bottom. So now that assignment is attached. I can see it uploading to the screen. So once that blue line is all the way across, I know it's there. And I can hit the turn in button in the upper right hand corner. And when the cartoon plays, I know my work has been turned in.